Okay, so if you just come to the front of your mat, find yourself in Tadasana, and we'll just begin with that full body warm-up. So start in Tadasana and begin by rolling your shoulders back and down. So we're just going to circle the shoulders up and down, maybe 5 times backwards. And then switch directions after that 5th rotation and go forward. So you're reaching those shoulders up towards your ears and then pushing them right back down the sides of your ribs. One more rotation all the way around, and then just come back to neutral. From here, inhale as you lift your right arm up, reaching up tall. Exhale, reach all the way over toward the left. Inhale, back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach all the way over toward the right. We're going to do 3 rotations in your own time, with your own breath. Just opening up that side body, maybe spend a moment or 2 feeling that stretch. And then after that 3rd one, come all the way back to center. Take the arms out wide, and then you're going to wrap the arms around the body as you twist to look behind. So just let them fall wherever they naturally fall, probably the top of the shoulder and your lower back. One more rotation each way, and then come all the way back to center. From here, soften the knees. Inhale as you lift the hands all the way up. Exhale as you hinge at the hips, coming down into your Uttanasana forward fold. We'll take that ragdoll variation, so opposite hand to opposite elbow. Think about drawing your chest over your thighs, crown of the head towards the floor, and just gently swing from side to side. Take a few deep breaths, start to get into that lower back, into those hips, those glutes, those hamstrings. Feel those areas of tightness and just be aware of them throughout this session. Release the hands to the floor. Place them either side of your feet, and then we're going to walk the feet all the way back to our down-facing dog. Take a moment there to just stretch out the calves, pedaling the feet from side to side or walking your dog. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, push both heels towards the floor. From here, inhale as you step right foot outside of right hand, coming into a lizard lunge. So option to keep the back leg lifted or knee to the floor. And then you're going to inhale to lift and reach right hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale as you reach with that elbow toward the floor. You might be able to tap it, you might not. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog, and then left foot comes outside of left hand, dropping the back knee to the floor if you want to. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to your down facing dog, and then walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance, and then we're going to inhale as we come all the way up, and we're going to take 3 air squats. So option to keep the hands above your head or out in front of you. You're just simply going to sit back and down, find that parallel or below parallel just about squat position, and then inhale to come up. You're going to do 2 more of those, so just nice and gently. Inhale to lift, exhale to sit back and down. Inhale, come all the way up. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Exhale, come back down into that Uttanasana forward fold. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. Find your plank position, and we'll take a vinyasa. So you're going to exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra or sphinx if your lower back can't take it. And then exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. We're going to do that circuit 2 more times. So inhale, right foot outside of right hand. Lift and twist, right hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Left foot outside of left hand. Inhale to lift and twist, left hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, left elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold, and heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance. Inhale as you come all the way up. This time option, bring the hands together and then bring the hands to heart, and you can come down into your squat, or you can continue with those air squats. So you're going to inhale to lift all the way up, exhale to come down to garland or air squat, depending on your mobility levels. 3 times again as before. Inhale to come all the way up, exhale as you heel toe the feet back underneath the hips and fold back down into your Uttanasana forward fold. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat, find your plank position, and we'll take a vinyasa. So exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to sphinx or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So one more time all the way through, really quickly this time. So right foot outside of right hand. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, elbow to the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Left foot outside of left hand. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. Replace the hand, step back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat position. Inhale, lift all the way up, palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into your air squat or garland pose. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squat. Inhale to lift one more time. Exhale to squat. Replace the hands, heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Walk the hands all the way forward to the front of the mat. Find your plank position. Option to drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Walk the feet all the way toward the front of the mat. Find your Uttanasana forward fold. Take a moment or two if you want to in that ragdoll variation. Stretching out that lower back, stretching out the glutes, the hips, the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, inhale, come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release. Reset, and you should be feeling a little bit more warm and mobile. So I'm just going to turn the speaker on so you guys can hear the counting. Now, like before, you've got 45 seconds of work and 25 seconds of rest. In between each movement, I will demonstrate the next one. So the first one is Warrior 1 to Humble Warrior. So we're going to switch sides at halfway. You're going to find yourself in Tadasana to begin with. Take a big step back with that left foot. Set yourself up, hips are square to the front of the mat. Inhale to lift, exhale, sit down into that Warrior 1 position. So really think about squeezing your glutes, pressing through your feet, engaging those legs. As you exhale, you're going to reach forwards. Option to take the arms forwards, or you can take the arms back into aeroplane arms. Aiming to get that shoulder to the knee, and then inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to fold forwards. So hopefully, and then at half time, you're just going to simply step forwards and step back. So set yourself up on your mat. I'm going to start the timer. You have 10 seconds. So find yourself in that Warrior 1 position. Back foot is down at that 45-degree angle. Inhale to lift and reach and go. So exhale, fold forwards, Warrior, Humble Warrior. Inhale to Warrior 1. Exhale to Humble Warrior. So arms back might be slightly easier. Arms forwards adds a bit more weight to that lever, and you can see how far you can go. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to fold forward. So you're coming up to half time, so step forwards, step back, reset, and go again. See if you can make sure you do the same number of reps on each side. Have a play with those reps. Keep going all the way to the end. You have 10 seconds left to go. There we go, it's a bit louder. And rest. In the next move then, so it is tabletop single leg pulses. So you're going to come into your tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you're just simply going to take one leg back and pulse it. So we're going to hold one side, pulsing the leg for half the time, and then at half time, switch side and pulse the other way. So really think about squeezing the glutes, keeping that core nice and level, try not to twist.
Let's go.
So set yourself up, send one leg back, really find tension in that leg. So don't just let the leg be floppy, keep it nice and straight, point those toes, flex those heels if you want to, kick the foot back, find that glute muscle, find the back of the leg and the quad, and keep squeezing. You are coming up to half time.
Halfway there.
So switch sides and reset. I don't know what's going on with my clock today. It keeps turning itself off. Keep pulsing all the way to the end. Keep that tension. And in 3, 2, 1, relax.
Rest.
We're going to flip ourselves around now onto our backs and come into a glute bridge. So the next movement, you're simply going to lift and lower, bringing the hips all the way up, finding that extension, and then exhale to come all the way down. If you can, you just tap the floor lightly, rather than relax the whole body down. So try and keep that tension all the way through. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. So set yourself up, and when you're ready,
let's go.
Inhale, lift all the way up, squeeze, and then exhale to come all the way down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. The faster you do this, the easier it is. The slower you do that lower, the harder it's going to get. So control that lower all the way down, and then think about fast hips up. Find that bridge, and then exhale to come all the way down.
Halfway there.
You are halfway, so see if you can match the same number of reps, and then you just have one more movement left on this round. So hopefully you're feeling those glutes, feeling those quads engaged, feeling those hamstrings engaged. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. The next movement is a dynamic warrior 3. So you're going to find yourself, option 1, toe to the floor. Option 2, you can come all the way into that warrior 3 position. You're simply going to pulse that leg behind you. So it's a bit of balance and core going on here. You can hold a wall, hold a chair, whatever you need. And then at half time, we're going to switch sides. So keep those arms nice and long in front of you. Set yourself up in that warrior 3 position and really focus on trying to find that tension in that back leg. So really think about kicking or pointing that toe, kicking the heel or pointing the toe back to find that tension. Find those muscles. You should feel them engage. Keep nice and strong in that core. You're halfway, so switch sides. Set yourself up again. And think about keeping those hips nice and level. So if you're finding this is easy and you're a bit open to the side, try tucking that hip down and having parallel hips to the mat. Really good work. Nice work. Move all the way to the end and relax. So you've got a minute's worth of rest. As I said, this is the easier week like before. So get to grips with the movements, have a play with them. And then next week I'll be throwing in those progressive options, and gradually throughout the weeks we'll be scaling up. So once you've had a drink, the next round is tums. So the first movement of the next round is your simple mountain climbers. So for more cardio, go faster on this one. You're going to find yourself in that plank position and you're simply bringing the knee through between the elbows, finding that knee to elbow kind of movement. If you want to go faster, just simply bring those knees forwards. Really focus on getting them tucked through, squeezing the core, keeping the hips nice and low. Try not to pike or sag the hips. So set yourself up. You have 10 seconds left on the clock. Go as slow as you need to. If you want to make this more strength focused, you could change it into a tiger curl and go. So bringing those knees through nice and quickly for that mountain climber burn. If you want that strength, just simply bring nose to knee and go a lot slower. So set yourself up. Count your reps and see how you feel. We're coming up to halfway now, so if you're counting your reps, see if you can match the same number of reps as you did in the first round, in the first half, in the second half. So you're coming up to 15 seconds left on the clock. You have now just 10 seconds left to go. Move all the way to the end. Keep going. This is just on your arms for this movement, and in 5, 4, and rest. The next movement is a goddess with a twist. So you're going to take an elbow tap. So you're going to go slightly wider, sit back into your heels, find that goddess pose, and really think about tucking that tailbone under, squeezing the core. With the elbows, you're going to simply take elbow to the knee, twisting and tapping from side to side. At half time, if your legs are aching, you can get up, reset, and begin. So sit back and down into that goddess pose. Keep that core nice and tight. Think about tucking that tailbone under as well. So ribs down to pelvis to engage more of that core. You're tapping the elbow to the same knee and you're really engaging those legs. So you should feel this burn in your legs and your tummy at the same time. You're coming up to halfway, so if you need to shake the legs out, reset, you're more than welcome. The lower you go, the harder this is going to be for your legs. The faster you go, the more abs you're going to get into this movement.
10 seconds. You
have just coming up to 10 seconds, or just under 10 seconds now on the clock. And in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Rest.
1, relax. The next movement is a simple plank jack. So option 1, you can come just into your kneeling plank, step out, and then step in, come back to kneeling. Option 2, find your full plank, and you're going to jump out and jump back together. So you've got the option to step side to side, step out, step in, or do that jumping plank. Try and keep that tailbone tucked and pelvis tight. Don't pike or sag those hips throughout this movement. Again, the more you do of this movement, the more cardio you're going to get in. Really focus on engaging that core, bracing that core, keeping that those hips nice and tight. Shoulders, hips and knees should all be in one line. You are coming up to halfway, so if you're keeping count, take note now.
Halfway there.
And then count backwards for the second half. See if you can match that number or smash it completely. Go faster if you can. If you've got it in you, you've got one more movement of this round, and then you've
10
got
seconds.
a whole minute's worth of rest. So keep going all the way to the end, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax.
Rest.
The next movement is a simple dead bug. So you're going to come onto your back. Think about tucking ribs down, pushing the small of the back to the floor. Arms and legs all go up towards the ceiling. You're going to lift the shoulders and the hips off the floor, and then you're going to take opposite hand and foot back down to the floor, and then bring it up, and then switch sides. So if this is too much, you can relax the shoulders and just try and do
Last
the
round.
alternating legs, tapping the floor, or if you want to make it harder, really reach up, keep just your lower back on the floor, keep in that hollow position. Don't take the hand and foot all the way to the floor. Just see where you can go, where you can control this movement whilst keeping the small of the back glued to the floor. So really engage that
Halfway
core.
there.
You're over halfway. So see if you can match the same number of reps, but again, slow and controlled is probably going to get you more if you're not used to this movement yet
10 seconds.
than fast. Really good. Nice work. Move all the way to the end, and in 3, 2, 1, rest. Grab your water, and we're on to that last round. So you should feel that on your tummy, that one, definitely. So the next round is all focused on the arms. I called it the guns round. So you've got legs, bums and tums plus guns. The first one is cactus arms. So this is going to be really about focusing not on building massive guns, of course, but more building up shoulder strength, arm strength, and helping you progress into your practice so that you've got a nice, strong, solid foundation. The first movement, and good shoulder health, so it's an important round. So with the first movement, we're going to come into that prone position, forehead to the floor. You're going to reach the hands forwards. These are either cactus arms or prone pull-ups. You're going to reach the hands forwards as far as you can, and then you're going to cactus the arms out to the side, just like a pull-up, bringing the hands down to your shoulders, and then reaching back forwards. So if you were doing a pull-up, it is the same motion. So set yourself up. As you're doing this, really think about squeezing that inner section of your spine. So the inner blades of your shoulders, think about squeezing them together in that cactus position. Maybe even lift your chest off the floor. Use some core strength of your back, and then reach the hands forwards, and then come back. So set yourself up. Take it nice and slow on this one.
Halfway
Focus
there.
on that squeeze. Squeezing it is going to make it harder. Rather than going fast and rushed, you're not engaging the right muscles. You're over halfway. You have 10 seconds left on the clock. And then we have the next movement. And in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Rest.
1. Rest. The next movement is a simple cobra press. So from that prone position again, hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Think about rolling those shoulders back and down away from the ears, squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then you're going to press up to cobra, wherever that is for you. If cobra is up here, that's fine. If it's just here, that's also fine. Really think about engaging those arms, and then exhale to come down. So you're inhaling to press and lift, exhaling to come down. If you want to make this harder, you could go faster and make this more of a press-up motion. If you want to make this more about controlling the movement and finding the right positions, think about resetting at the bottom each time, pressing all the way up, using that core strength of the back muscles, engaging those glutes, engaging those legs to help support your lower back. You're over halfway. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock.
10 seconds.
So keep lifting and moving all the way through. Find your flow. You should feel this in your arms. Nice work. The next one is frog to high plank. So you're going to come to the back of your mat. Find your hip distance apart with the feet. Knees go out to the side. And then you're going to take your hands slightly further forwards. So you're going to find this frog position, you'll rest, and then you're going to shoot forwards to high plank. So if you need to shuffle the hands slightly further forwards to do that, and then sit back in frog. So knees out to the side, and then shoot forwards to high plank. Hold for a moment or two, and then come back to that frog position. So you're just shooting or rocking forwards and back, using those shoulders to support you, and relaxing in that back position. Nice work. Again, really focus on that plank hold in this movement rather than speeding it up. If you want to speed it up, it is more cardio, but you won't get as much strength. Engage that front body. You're over halfway. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock. And then we have one more movement left. Nice work. All the way to the end. You've got this. Really good job, guys or girls. Nice. The final movement is a plank rock. So we're going to come down onto our forearms, set ourselves up into that forearm plank, wherever that is for you. You can place your knees on the floor if you want to, and you're simply just going to rock back and forth. So if your knees are off, you're just reaching forwards with your nose towards your fingertips, keeping shoulders, hips, and knees all in one line. Careful not to pike or sag in the hips. If you're on your knees, it's exactly the same. You're just focusing on really bracing that core. Really think about tucking those ribs down to that pelvis, finding that brace across the front of the tummy, and then using those shoulders, bracing through the lateral muscles, bracing through the sides underneath your armpits to help you rock forwards and back.
There.
Get to grips with this movement this week. You're over halfway. We have 15 seconds left on the clock. So just take it slow, feel the areas where you start to become weaker in the movement, and then work into those. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Take a glass of water. It's not been as sweaty this week as previous weeks, but hopefully you'll have learned a few more skills movements within those, and then we'll be stepping it up a notch next week. So grab some water. And then come and join me at the back of your mat in child's pose. So sitting back on your knees, reaching forwards with the hands, forehead to the floor. And just take a few deep breaths. Focusing on inhaling and expanding through that upper back. Separating the shoulder blades and then exhaling to just relax everything deeper down into the ground below. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then we're going to come all the way up. Sorry, no, you're going to inhale to reach further forwards and then exhale to walk the hands over to the left. Take a few deep breaths, feel that stretch in the right side body. And then inhale as you walk the hands all the way back to center. Exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the right. Feel the stretch in the left side body. Take 2 or 3 more deep breaths on that side. And then walk the hands all the way back to center. Come up onto your hands and knees. Swivel yourself around and find yourself in that seated forward fold position. So we're going to take the legs straight out in front of us. Flex the toes back towards us. Pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale as you lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you reach and fold. Think about really reaching chest over thighs, nipples to knees if you like, and nose towards toes before you just relax the head down. Take 3 more deep breaths. And last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come all the way back onto your upright, and then you're going to take left foot over the top of the right knee, grab a hold of that knee with your right hand or elbow, inhale to lift and twist, exhale as you look over that left shoulder, half Lord of the Fishes. Hold for 3 deep breaths. And then slowly return back to center, unravel the legs and switch sides. So right foot comes up and over, places outside of that left knee. Grab a hold of that right knee with the left hand or elbow. Inhale to lift and twist, tummy to thigh, and then exhale as you look over that shoulder. Again, hold for 3 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly unravel yourself, unravel your legs. Slide yourself down onto your backs, come into a supine position. So shoulders back and down, arms are going to go out wide. Option to take palms to the floor, or if you want to get deeper into the chest, take the backs of the hands, cactusing the arms to the floor. Either way, keep the shoulders engaged with the floor, walk the feet in towards the glutes, keep the heels lifted but the toes on the ground, and then just drop the knees from side to side for a few window wipers each side to unravel the spine, release off that lower back. Massage the hips, the glutes, and you should feel that stretch across the chest and the shoulders. One more each way. And then slowly bring those knees back in towards the tummy. Hug them in tight, rock from side to side. Enjoy that gentle massage on the lower back. And then whenever you're ready, slowly bring yourself all the way up to seated, finding yourself in a seated position in the center of your mat. We'll take one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale, bringing the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts, to the lips, kind words, to the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.